पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक हे भारत भाग्य जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे।
Now I request all the dignitaries on the dais for the most auspicious event, lighting of the lamp and invocation by the prayer song. I request all the dignitaries to join for the lighting of the lamp. I request D. Charita to invocate with the prayer song.
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटिप्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम्
Thank you, Charita, and I thank all the dignitaries on the dais. Now I welcome the Principal of AU College of Engineering Autonomous, Professor M. Shashi, to give her welcome address.
Good afternoon, everybody. Respected Chief Guest, His Excellency Dr. Haribabu Kambhampati Haribabu, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Guests of Honor, Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu, the Chairman of APSHI, and Professor U. Ramurthy Garu, President's Chair Professor of NTU Singapore, and also the Professor of ISC Bangalore, our Rector, Professor Pulipati Green Garu, the Principal of AU College of Engineering for Women, Professor Padmasri Madam, the Chairman Faculty of Engineering, Professor GVR Srinivas Rao Garu, Executive Council members, the Principals of Constituent Colleges, eminent alumni of AU College of Engineering, retired faculty and staff, MOU partners, heads of the departments, deans, faculty members and non-teaching staff, beloved alumni, dear students, press and media and friends. It is with immense joy and profound pride that I welcome each one of you to this historic occasion, our college day as part of AU's Centenary celebrations. AU started engineering education with Sugar Technology Department in 1933, which was transformed into Chemical Engineering Department later. This legacy continued by establishing a separate college, AU College of Engineering, in 1955 by adding the traditional departments of engineering, civil, mechanical, electrical. Today, the college has 13 engineering departments in addition to the humanities and basic sciences department. The college offers 13 BTech programs and 28 MTech programs with AICTE approval. All the departments offer PhD program to nurture innovation and research among students and faculty members. Over the last century, our college has grown from modest beginnings into a prestigious center of excellence in engineering and technology. We have nurtured innovation, upheld academic rigor, and instilled values that transcend beyond classrooms. Our journey reflects the spirit of education itself, ever evolving, ever inspiring. Our college is one among the first institutions to offer BTech programs in thrust areas like computer science and engineering, quantum computing, etc. 100 years is not merely a measure of time, it is a testament to resilience, vision, and the collective spirit of generations who have walked through the corridors of learning. As we celebrate this milestone, we pay our tributes to the founders whose foresight laid the foundation of this institution, the teachers whose dedication shaped the countless minds, and the alumni whose achievements across the globe continue to bring glory to this institution. Today's chief guest, the guests of honor, all are our alumni. Yes, the college is proud of its alumni. Most of them are eminent in their fields, and in these many years, they are in large number. Due to pragmatic reasons, we could reach only some of these distinguished professionals for felicitations in this occasion. Thank you all those who have accepted our invitation for the felicitations. This day is also a reminder of our responsibility as custodians of this legacy. We must ensure that the next century is marked by greater inclusivity, deeper research, and stronger contributions to society. In an era defined by rapid technological change, our role is to prepare students not only to adapt, but to lead with wisdom, compassion, and courage. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Kambhampati Haribabu garu, the guests of honors, Professor Kotta Madhumurthy garu and Upadurashtra Ramurthy garu, for gracing this occasion, to our Vice Chancellor and Rector for leading us along the right path, to our faculty for their unwavering dedication, to our alumni for their continued support, and to our students, the heartbeat of this institution, for carrying forward the torch of knowledge. I also acknowledge the role of non-teaching staff for smooth running of this institution. Let us celebrate this centenary, not just with festivity, but with renewed determination to uphold the ideals of engineering education, innovation, and service to community and humanity. Together, let us pledge to make the next 100 years even more impactful than the last. Welcome one and all to this grand centenary College Day celebrations. May this day, guided by our theme, inspire us to dream higher, achieve greater, and serve nobly. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, Professor Shashi, for for your introduction about engineering college and your vision. And now I welcome the principal of AU College of Engineering for Women, one of the constituent colleges of Andhra University, Professor R. Padmashri Madam, for her welcome address.
Good morning each and every one of you. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today on this historic and momentous occasion, the Centenary celebrations of Andhra University. Today, Andhra University College of Engineering Autonomous and Andhra University College of Engineering for Women are celebrating 100 years of Andhra University with the theme Technology and Industry, Building the Nation and Shaping the Future, a century of inclusivity. I extend a very warm welcome to our esteemed Chief Guest, His Excellency Honorable Governor of Odisha, Dr. K. Haribabu Garu, whose presence adds tremendous value to this occasion. We are very honored by your presence, sir. A special heartfelt welcome to our guests of honor, Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu, Chairman AP State Council for Higher Education, and Professor U. Ramamurthy Garu, President's Chair, Nanyang Technological University, Singapore. I welcome the dedicated teachers, past and present, whose tireless efforts and commitment have made this institution a beacon of excellence. A heartfelt welcome to our esteemed alumni, the torchbearers of our legacy. Not but not the least, I warmly welcome the faculty, supporting staff, and students for these historic celebrations. I would like to briefly share the background of Andhra University College of Engineering for Women. AU College of Engineering for Women was established in 2010 to ensure nation building by tapping the reservoir of talent in women. The college traversed a glorious journey with the landmark achievements in the field of academics, cultural activities and sports. To name a few, Ms. Sai Samhita, final year mechanical student, won gold medal in Asian Roller Skating Championship held in South Korea. Ms. Gana Priya, final year student of Computer Science and Systems Engineering, is the only student to represent Andhra Pradesh in Central Hall of Parliament, Samvidhan Sadan, on the occasion of Sir Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel 150th birth anniversary. One NCC cadet for our college participates in Republic Day Parade at New Delhi every year. Our BTech students published a patent, Soul Sense, an IoT-based smart insole for healthcare. Another patent published by our students is Aura Gest, a touchless hand gesture-based system for controlling smart home appliances. Till date, our students have published several patents. We offer only undergraduate course, only BTech students are there, and 6 branches of BTech are there in our college. On behalf of AU College of Engineering Autonomous and AU College of Engineering for Women, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to the faculty, staff and students who work tirelessly to make this event possible under the able guidance of our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor G.P. Rajshekhar Garu. I once again welcome our Chief Guest, His Excellency, Dr. K. Haribabu, our guests of honor, our distinguished alumni, and all the guests to our centenary celebrations. We are highly privileged by your presence here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Padmashri Madam, for briefing the highlights of Women Engineering College. And now I request our respected Rector, Professor P. King, for his presidential address on behalf of our Vice Chancellor.
It's an honor for me to present the message of our Honorable Vice Chancellor as he is away from the station. Today's chief guest, His Excellency Honorable Governor of Odisha and also a proud alumnus of AU College of Engineering, Dr. K. Haribabu garu. Guest of honor, Professor K. Madhumurthy garu, Chairman, AP State Council for Higher Education. Another guest of honor, Professor U. Ramamurthy garu, IISc Bangalore. Principal of College of Engineering Autonomous, Professor M. Shishi garu. Principal of College of Engineering for Women, Professor Padmasri garu. Faculty Chairman of College of Engineering and also former Vice Chancellor of JET Anantapur, Professor Srinivasarao garu. Executive Council members, Deans, Directors, HODs, Chairman BOS, retired faculty, scholars, students, non-teaching staff, and finally, my gurus. Very good morning to all of you. It gives me an immense pleasure and a deep sense of pride to address this august gathering on the momentous occasion of the Centenary celebrations of Andhra University, organized by Engineering Fraternity. Completing 100 years is not just a milestone. It is a celebration of rich legacy built on knowledge, innovation, inclusivity, and service to society. Over the past century, our university has stood as a beacon of excellence, nurturing generations of engineers, scholars, and leaders who have contributed significantly to nation building. Today, as we bring together our engineering students, faculty, and alumni, we celebrate not only our glorious past, but also our forward-looking vision. The theme of this today program is Technology and Industry, Building the Nation, Shaping the Future. A century of inclusivity perfectly captures the spirit of our journey and our aspirations. Engineering education has always been essential to technological advancement and industrial growth. As we step into our next century, this connection becomes even more vital. In alignment with emerging global trends and our commitment to equipping students with cutting-edge knowledge, I am pleased to announce that as part of our national mission and Amaravati Quantum Valley of the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Andhra University has introduced a new BTech program in quantum computing from this current academic year. I am proud to share that Andhra University is the first state university in Andhra Pradesh to offer this program. This milestone reflects our determination to position the institution at the forefront of advanced technological education and research. Quantum computing represents the future of computation, and we are dedicated to preparing our students to become leaders in this transformative field. AUCE 77 alumni signed MOU to set up semiconductor lab. At the same time, we recognize that quality education must be supported by strong infrastructure. I am happy to share that the university has proposed the construction of new large hostel facilities for engineering students with separate accommodations for boys and girls within the campus. This initiative reflects our commitment to providing a safe, inclusive, and comfortable living environment that supports academic excellence and holistic development. To our dear students, you are the future innovators and problem solvers. Make the most of the opportunities provided, embrace new technologies, and strive to make meaningful contributions to society. To our respected faculty, your dedication and vision continue to shape the academic strength of this institution. Your role in guiding students through this evolving technological landscape is invaluable. To our esteemed alumni, your accomplishments bring pride to the university. We look forward to your continued engagement in mentoring, collaboration, and supporting institutional growth. I extend a warm invitation to all of you to actively participate in the Grand Centenary Mega Program scheduled on the 27th of this month at the AU Engineering College grounds. We are honored that the Honorable Vice President of India will grace the occasion as the chief guest. Your presence will make this historic event even more meaningful and memorable. As we celebrate 100 years of excellence, let us reaffirm our commitment to innovation, inclusivity, and nation building. Let us move forward together to shape a future that is technologically advanced, socially responsible, and globally relevant. Before I conclude, my salutations to all the faculty members, staff who served this university, and alumni, due to whose footprint of the university stands tall at 100 steps. Wishing you all a joyful and inspiring centenary celebrations. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your presidential address. And now it's time for us to hear from Professor J. Babu Rao, Departmental of Metallurgical Engineering, about the brief introduction of the guest of honor, Professor Upadrisha Ramamurthy, President's Chair Professor, NTU, Singapore.
Dignitaries on the dais, very good morning to all. I am honored to present the citation of Professor Dr. U. Ramamurthy Garu, the President's Chair Professor, Andhra Technical University, Singapore, distinguished materials scientist and alumnus of Andhra University. Born in Andhra Pradesh 1967 at Bhimavaram, Professor U. Ramamurthy began his academic journey at Andhra University, where he obtained his bachelor's degree from metallurgical engineering in the year 1989. He went on to pursue his master's degree in metallurgy at the Institute of Science, Bangalore, and later he obtained his PhD from Brown University, USA, 1994, and postdoctoral research at the University of California, Santa Barbara, and MIT, USA. For the course of his distinguished career, he has held prestigious academic positions across leading institutions worldwide, including the Institute of Science, Bangalore, and currently serves as a President Chair Professor at Nanyang Technical University, Singapore. In recognition of his exceptional contribution, he has been honored with some of the most prestigious awards in science and engineering, which includes Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award and the World Academy of Sciences Award in Engineering Sciences. He is an elected fellow of several premier academias, including the Indian National Academy Science Academy, the Indian Academy of Sciences, the Indian National Academy of Engineering, and the World Academy of Sciences. Beyond his research achievements, Professor Ramamurthy has played a vital role in shaping global scientific collaboration through editorial leadership in top journals such as Acta Materialia and Scripta Materialia, through active participation in international academic and research initiatives. As a proud alumnus of Andhra University, his journey from its classrooms to the forefront of global science stands as a source of inspiration to generations of students and scholars. His achievements reflects the enduring legacy of Andhra University in nurturing talent that contributes meaningfully to the advancement of knowledge and society. This citation is presented to Professor Dr. Ramamurthy Garu by the Andhra University fraternity on the occasion of Andhra University Shatabdi Mahotsav in recognition of his outstanding contribution to engineering science, research, and global academic leadership. Thank you.
Now I take this opportunity to welcome our guest of honor, Professor U. Ramamurthy Garu, for his address.
Thank you, Professor Babu Rao Garu, for that kind introduction. After that, it's very difficult, it's only downhill. Sabaku Namaskaram. There are many Endaro Mahanubhavulu on the stage, off the stage. To all of you, salutations. I will talk both in English, Telugu and English, so sorry for that. In front of me, there are so many of my teachers. Professor G.S. Pulli Garu, Professor Prasad Garu, and many distinguished teachers. Valandariki Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. So I joined in 1985 Andhra University. I came from Bhimavaram, and I consider it my Purva Janma Sukrutam to join Andhra University. I was very fortunate to join Andhra University. We didn't know anything about it, but came. And I actually, at that time, my rank was such that I could only get metallurgy. But in a way, మనం తెలుగులో అంటాం ఏ జరిగినా మంచిగా జరుగుతుంది. And I actually am considered really fortunate to join metallurgy because it allows us to straddle between engineering and science. We are basically could be good scientists at the same time good engineers, and that's what has been my career in some ways. So I'm really very grateful for that opportunity. And in this particular field, a couple of things. Materials engineering plays very vital role in nation development. And Andhra University alumni, many of them, of course, in all fields, they are so distinguished. But our own small department had many distinguished alumni, and I consider myself fortunate for that. Now, I didn't have a prepared speech, so I just will say a few things. So when we look at sometimes Western countries, and I have been fortunate enough to visit at least 100 universities and closely be associated with something like 20 universities. Some are mentioned there. I've been to Cambridge, UK, Oxford, you name it. And so when you look at that, we say, oh, well, we could be there. And then I also taught, I went to Africa and taught in Nigeria for 2 years in just 3 weeks and whatnot. And then when you see that, you realize how fortunate we are. See, I'm a postmaster's son. So, and first, our forefathers, our country's forefathers, have created institutions like Andhra University, which enabled somebody who grew up in Bhimavaram, my postmaster's son, to essentially, be, sorry for tooting my own horn, but a world leader in a certain particular field. And that's something that I am very consider, our fortune. Because when you look at, these countries in Africa, we then realize how fortunate we are to be born in this country. So, I just mentioned about universities, and we are celebrating 100 years of our beloved alma mater. So, I will say a few things. And there is no doubt when you describe universities as modern temples. Right? So, Mahakavi Gurjada Apparao garu annaru, Desamante matti kadoy, Desamante manishi kadoy. And this phrase, this particular stanza has been used by the finance minister, recent budget, and then when I was, actually I didn't, that's not the inspiration I got, but so anyway, somebody else. So, but it's not enough to have, manushulanటే ఉంటేనే సరిపోదు. You have to train these people to be good citizens, responsible citizens. And that's what parents do, schools do, and whatnot. But universities make leaders out of them. And Professor Haribabu garu is there, and many of the distinguished colleagues here and there. You're all leaders of the society, and the universities shape that. Some in bigger roles and some of us in smaller roles. And but since in 1985 to now, in these 40 years' time, the expectations from universities have changed quite dramatically. Right? So if you go to a school, basically they are knowledge disseminators. They basically just teach whatever knowledge that is there. But universities had responsibility, and they still have the responsibility of creating knowledge. Right? That is how most of the universities are, and top universities attract the best talent in the world, and that's what if America is great, it's because they could attract the best talent from across the world and make really good use of it. But what changed in the recent past, and this is largely due to universities like Stanford and MIT, is that now universities are expected to be the core engines of economic prosperity, right? So that is what is the thing, because there is, it's not just enough if you create new knowledge, but you have to translate into useful product and then basically lead the country. So that is one thing that is expected, and there is a serious competition for this space in the world. So as I already mentioned, in the US there is, they attracted quite a lot of talent and flourished as a result of that. The Europeans did before that, and now, for example, China is doing, and as all of you know, China, when they do at large scale. Right? So, for example, if Indian government says, look, I will have these institutions of eminence, maybe I will give 10 universities about 1,000 crores or something like that. China will say, we'll give 200 universities. These are basically, historically, they are the, they think in large scale. They'll say, we'll give 200 universities, something like a couple of $1 billion each university, etc. Right? And that has changed the whole higher education game as it is right now. So in that sense, I think Indian leadership has to look at universities and find ways to nurture them, because when we look at our own university, Andhra University, right, it's Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was here, Suri Bhagavantam was here, and it was a great university, and it is a great university, but in this day and age, right, one of my colleagues used to say that in Bay Area, if you stop for lunch, you become lunch. If you stop for lunch, you become lunch, because you can't even, so there is no point in saying that, oh, I reached here, I will stay there, right? Because there is so many others competing, so there are only either you grow or you decline. There is no in between. You can't stay at the same position. So you have to keep competing. And talking about competition, mana university logo lo Sparthaya Vardhate Vidya. Right? Competition enhances Vardhate, in the English translation, Vidya. Right? And it's for individuals, but at the same time institutions also. Right? You have to compete to get there. And my hope is that the students take this spirit, try to compete in the positive way so that they can get better. But the institutions also take that spirit. And the governments take a look at it and say, well, universities are very, very critical for our nation to flourish. Because you need technologies, they are not going to sell it, right? It's very clear now, and with all ongoing kinds of conflicts that are there, we have to be self-sufficient. Nobody is going to come and give us that. So for the governments, I will actually, I quoted Gurudada Apparao Garu. I'll quote again. In the same stanza, he says, okay, Otti Matalu Katti Pettoy, so my request to all the governments is, for the universities, please really strengthen this. This is very critical. If the country has to have bright future, and we definitely have, we have a lot of talented, bright young people, but it's not enough. They have to be trained to compete with the best in the world, and for that, it is absolutely essential that universities like Andhra University are sustained to the maximum possible extent, and it has to. These are government institutions, so government has to be the leader, driver for this. Of course, alumni and others can also contribute. So, with that, let me conclude by wishing Andhra University, which had 100 years of glorious years, another infinite future, because universities will be there long after we are all gone, right? So they will be there for many, many generations, and I wish Andhra University to continue to excel and be the leader that it is for higher education in the country. With that, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Ramamurthy, for your speech in both Telugu and Hindi, which has really made feel local. And definitely, with the vision of an Andhra University authorities, we will definitely Keshav Rao, Head Department of Mechanical Engineering, to give an introduction of a guest of honor, the Chairman of AP State Council for Higher Education, Professor K. Madhumurthy, a man who doesn't need any introduction in the state of AP. I request Professor Keshav Rao Garu.
So with due respects to the dignitaries on the dais and the dignitaries of the dais and my colleagues, my students, I take opportunity to introduce Professor D. Professor Kotta Madhumurthy Garu. Kotta Madhumurthy Garu is a distinguished educationalist, visionary administrator and accomplished engineer whose career reflects an enduring commitment to academic excellence, institutional development and transformative higher education. With a rich blend of scholarly insight and administrative acumen, he has played a pivotal role in shaping the landscape of technical and higher education in Andhra Pradesh. An illustrious alumni of Andhra University College of Engineering, Professor Madhumurthy Garu pursued his BTech in mechanical engineering during 1976 and 81. Professor Madhumurthy Garu has had a distinguished academic career serving as a professor higher academic grade in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the National Institute of Technology, Warangal, where he contributed significantly to teaching, research and mentoring the generations of engineers. His academic leadership and commitment to excellence earned him wide recognition in the field of engineering education. In his role as Chancellor of Rajiv Gandhi University of Knowledge and Technology, Professor Madhumurthy Garu has contributed significantly to advancing innovative models of education that focus on nurturing rural talent and providing equitable access to quality technical education. His leadership reflects a deep commitment to empowering youth through knowledge, skills and opportunities. As a chairman of the Andhra Pradesh State Council for Higher Education, he has been instrumental in steering policy initiatives aimed at strengthening academic standards, promoting digital learning, enhancing employability, and aligning higher education with the evolving needs of industry and society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor K. Madhumurthy Garu for his address. Welcome, sir.
His Excellency, Honorable Governor of Odisha, Dr. Kambhampati Haribabu, Honorable Vice Chancellor Rajsekhar Garu in his absence, Professor Ramurthy Garu, Professor King, Rector, Andhra University, Professor Shashi, Principal, A College of Engineering, and Professor Padmasri, Principal, A College of Engineering from the dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, my respected teachers, alumni, and the well-wishers of our university, dear students. It's a great pleasure being here again on the event of celebrations of the Centenary of the university. We were here for a content raiser, and again, as part of the engineering college, being an alumnus of this institution, I'm very glad to be here. Particularly, Andhra University holds a special place in my life. My association with this institution started during my childhood, probably when I was 6 years old. And I grew on this campus as my father served as a faculty member in the engineering college. I spent my early days here, playing on these grounds, studying in the schools in the neighborhood, and absorbing the ambience and the environment of this great university. So for me, this is not just an institution, but it is a great place of memory, not only memory, but belonging. It had been almost now. I also had the fortune of, pursuing my engineering at the college. And it's almost 50 years, it's 50 years exactly. It's a golden jubilee for our batch, which entered in 1976. And all these years, though it is 15 years, 50 years, the memories are still afresh. And I am happy to see that while the university is celebrating its centenary, it has preserved its heritage, the serene ambience, and the strong buildings that it has. In addition, I also noticed that several specializations, new departments, new facilities have also been created. One thing great about this institution, which we often forget, it's not just the degrees that we got, but at a time when we were here, when not most of the universities were afforded an opportunity, we had the best of internal evaluation system when the continuous evaluation was not even a buzzword. Today, not many, are still in the continuous evaluation mode, and we had it 50 years back. And we probably forgot one such sort of very important contribution that gave us the sort of tempo to be on our toes every moment, every aspect. And the culture that we have grown in was very free with that sort of learning that has been inculcated by the teachers that we had. In addition to all this, I think today we often have been trying to improve our system of education. Things have changed. As somebody was mentioning in the morning, though I came a little late, I was listening to the discussions that were happening, that now there is a thin line between specializations and probably even demarcation of engineering, science and other subjects have been very volatile. It is very true. And I tell you, the present government happens to be, the progressive nature of the governance that we have today, the confidence that we have entrusted on this, has given us a lead to lead us with a promise of Swarnandhra, the commitment to lead all of us and meet our aspirations, mainly through education and excellence, and of course, entrepreneurship. We all realize that resources are not that forthcoming, and there is a lot of scarcity. And the sort of investment that is being made today is basically on the digital technologies and education. And in this particular context, let me also say a few words on what matters most. Often we have been discussing about outcome-based education, and many a times these days we often hear about killing all of us. Why I do say this is, we all thought skill is a part of the education that we have been imbibing in all our students. But the problem that we have come across today is When we studied, we never bothered about what next was. We enjoyed the free waves of Palm Beach, never bothered about what happens next in the examination or the class tomorrow. But we still survive in the present today. The sort of situation that we come across, this generation happens to be so very different. And in this context, they are so materialistic. Not only materialistic, they have assessment of their own purposes every moment. If we cannot share our purposes of education very clearly, I think there is a gap that is existing. As I was mentioning, when we talked about the outcome-based education, we still seem to be offering topics for 100 out of 100. Marks are no more a grade. Certificates are no more going to certify that we have the skill that is required by the industry today. The number of projects that are being floated today, Google data center coming up in Vizag, and there are several other projects, Quantum Valley and Hydrogen Valley, and so many things that the government has been promising. Where are this manpower coming from? You know, who is going to man this is a major question. The sort of concern that we have today is when we do on behalf of the APSHI, the AP State Council of Higher Education, when we are admitting students into various programs, particularly the PG programs, the admissions are in single digits. And majority of the universities depend on the